What's up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. Today's video is going to be about the close range meta for Season 3 of Warzone. So this is going to be a little bit different than my other videos, kind of like I just said in my long range video. I don't really have time to go in super depth this time, so what we're going to do is just going to go through the default output of MetaGen, and I'll talk about them as I'm going through them. It's going to be pretty much one take, but as I'm going through this, just want to remind you guys the best way always to support is just to subscribe directly through True Game Data. Even if you don't use the website, you can kind of think of it like a Patreon to support the YouTube channel, and as well as all the work that goes into, keeping TGD up to date and keeping features rolling out on the site, things like that. It really goes a long way, and we really appreciate those direct subscriptions. But let's get into the close range meta for Season 3. So you can see the FJX Horus. The site's fully up to date for Season 3 now. I've got all the data on there for Warzone. I still haven't had a chance to do multiplayer. Unfortunately, that's probably going to have to wait until early next week because I'm going to be gone this weekend. I'm going to the NCAA championship for basketball. Purdue's finally made it into the Final Four, and I went to Purdue, so I only live 6 hours away. So I'm gonna go over there and experience that, since it's maybe a once in a lifetime kind of thing. We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna be gone all weekend for that. But the FJX Horus in Warzone is not great. So MetaGen only thinks it's 8.69 out of 10. It requires an extra headshot to get anywhere near the fastest TTK of all the other weapons. So it just ends up not being great. And with only a 48 round mag, it's just not great for trios and quads. But we're going to go up here and we're going to start at the Swarm. So WSP Swarm, this was the meta for a long time. Obviously, it got nerfed quite a bit. It's still pretty good, 9.49 out of 10. Anything over 9.5, I always say, is really good. Anything over 9 is pretty good. Anything over 9.5 is really good on MetaGen. So 9.49 is a very good weapon here. So Sonic Suppressor, Reckless Long Barrel, DR6 Hand Stop, 100 round mag. That's a MetaGen thing. It's on quads right now, so it's like really weighting that damage per mag high. And this thing with a 50 round mag, because it shoots so fast, still doesn't have that much damage per mag. So MetaGen thinks that you would want to use the 100 round mag. Obviously, if you don't want to use that, just swap over to the 50 and you'll be good there. 9.63 out of 10 is the Core 45 with the XRK IPv2 conversion kit. This is the binary trigger conversion kit that's had a great, phenomenal time to kill for a very long time. They've never nerfed this, so it's still really, really good. It's just hard to use because it's a binary trigger. So it's a little more difficult to use, but it is a great, great weapon here. 40 round drum mag, DR6 hand stop, and Sonic Suppressor S. So I have this on forcing suppression. 445 is one of these weapons that I feel like really needs that muzzle, so compensated flash hider would be really good here instead of that Sonic Suppressor, or just one of the attachments that helps with vertical recoil, because the Core 45 has a lot of vertical recoil. Next up, 9.79 Striker 9. Striker 9's always been kind of lurking, kind of near the meta, but it's never really been the best. That's still true now. So 9.79, it's an extremely good weapon, but it's just not quite in the meta. Not quite the meta, I should say. It's definitely in the meta as one of the good options, but it's not quite the best still. So Sonic Suppressor S, Lockman Recoil Series stock, DR6 hand stop, and then the 50 round drum. Very good option there, very easy to use. Next up in the diamond position, we have the WSP 9 at 9.91, another weapon that's always lurking near the top. It's one of the best, but at 9.91, it's essentially the meta as far as MetaGen is concerned. The issue with it is that it has a very slow fire rate. So for controller, which once you get on the target with controller, it's much easier to stay on the target than mouse and key. It's going to be okay, but for a mouse and key player, if you miss 1 or 2 bullets here, you're going to lose the fight with the WSP. So controller players probably like the WSP a little bit more than mouse and key. Just keep that in mind. We got Sonic Suppressor, the Hiss short light barrel, DR6 hand stop, and then the 50 round mag. Very good weapon, very easy to use. And then in Crimson, the second position, we have the HRM 9. The only change, so this was obviously the meta last season. The only change was about 20 milliseconds of sprint to fire time added, so they didn't change the damage profile at all, so it's still extremely, extremely good. So we've got Sonic Suppressor, Thorn 90 barrel, DR6 hand stop, and 50 round drum. Again, HRM has a bit of recoil, so you might want to use that compensated flash hider instead of the Sonic Suppressor S. I think that's what most people tend to do. And then in the first place position, so about 2 weeks ago, they buffed the Jack Ferocity carbine kit for the Renetti. I think that I somehow missed it, or the update just didn't go through because I didn't have it on TGD. And then somehow it got brought up. Oh, it was GG's AI, so shout out to them for tweeting that this changed. I saw that and went in and tested it. and they were correct. So it did change here, and it has phenomenal TTK. Damage range goes all the way out to 17.5 meters, so it has a crazy range for an SMG. Just, I don't know, again, I don't know if I missed it or if it just didn't go through. They also had the exact same changes in the patch notes on the 6th of March as they did on the 18th of March for this weapon. So yeah, I don't know, it's just weird. I talked to some people about it, and we don't know when this actually came through, but we know that it's through now because I tested it, and it is crazy, crazy good. So it has the best TTK of any of these weapons, out to 17.5 meters, and then because it only has one drop off, it's pretty much faster than them past that as well. So this is the build that Metagen spit out. So we have the Mod Suppressor S, the 50 round drum mag, the Jack Frosty carbine kit, and then the SL skeletal vertical grip. I do think you want to use an optic on this. The irons aren't great, and the recoil is also not great. So this is another one where I would consider saying, you know, swap out this HM Res Mod Suppressor S for that compensated flash hider, just like I talked about for some of the other weapons. But that's it for the video. Right now, the Renetti is the king for sure. I would definitely recommend using the Renetti over the rest of these weapons. I just think it's going to be the meta until they change it. I think it's probably a mistake, actually, that it's as good as it is. I don't know why it's so much better than everything else. But anyway, yeah, that's it for the video. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Drop a like on the video. Drop a comment what you think the best guns are right now. I'm curious to see what you guys think. But yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.